Now, having resolved with this, let's consider this table of value for the linear graph. We're actually given to, using the same axis, draw the graph of y is equal to 2x plus 1. So this is the equation. We plot it this way, like we complete the table, -4 to +4. Where you have 2s, you have -8. That is 2 times -4 to give you -8. 2 times -3 to give you -6. 2 times -2 to give you -4. 2 times -1 to give you -2. Like that, like that. Then your +1 is a constant. You have it all through. Now let's resolve this. -8 plus 1 will give you -7. -6 plus 1 will give you -5. -4 plus 1 gives you -3. -2 plus 1 gives you -1. 0 plus 1 gives you 1. 2 plus 3. 2 plus 1 gives you 3. 4 plus 1 gives you 5. 6 plus 1 gives you 7. And 8 plus 1 gives you 9. Now let's consider how we go with the plotting of the graph. Don't forget we are given that 2 centimeters to 5 units on y-axis and 2 centimeters to 1 unit on x-axis. Now, this remains our value for x, this column, and this also remain our value for y for the first graph. Now, let's see how we go. So we go this way. Now, let's have our origin from here. Draw your graph in this way. Take your ruler, draw straight line. Okay, that is vertical. Now, because you have your negative value to be more than the positive value, you have minuses, this and this and this and this. So let your graph have more space than. Okay, so we go this way. Let's have it something like this. Okay, so we have, okay, let me put it here. Let me put it here so that, okay. So putting it here, we have our 0 here. That is the origin. Don't forget our scale. On x-axis, 2 centimeters to 1 unit. From here to this place is 2 centimeters if you place your ruler. That is how you get it. You place it. Please bring the camera closer. You have that 0, 1, and 2. So this big box is 2 centimeters. Why 5 of it is 1 centimeter. Now let's move on. So here is going to be +1, +2, +3, +4. Here -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 if it exists. Now let's now plot our graph. When you have -4 on x-axis, we have 0 for y-axis. So you trace it this way. You trace it this way. And when you have -3, now let's give value to our y-axis as well. Don't forget 2 centimeters to 5 units. So you have this place to be -5, here -10, here -15, here -20, -25, -30, and here you have your positive value 5, 10, 15, 20. Just label it in that way. Now let's consider our graph, the plotting of the values given to us. When you have -4 for x-axis, that is it. When you have -4, you have 0 for y. When you have -3, you have -6. So that way. So we'll be plotting x-axis against y-axis. So when it is -3, you have -6. Don't forget each of these line. How do you get the value of each of these small lines? Since we have 10 small lines in between here and here. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have 10 lines. Divide 10 lines by 5. That is going to give you 2, meaning that each of this line is going to be 0.5, 0.5. So you divide 10, divide 5 by 10, 5 point, that is the value of 5 by 10 lines, meaning that each line is going to be 0.5. And to now have one, you have two small lines, that is 0.5 plus 0.5 is going to give you 1. So if this one is 5, that is minus 5, to get our minus 6, you just count 1, 2. So that makes it minus 6. So you trace it to this side. This is 5, this is going to be 6. Okay. And when you have minus 2 on this x-axis, you have minus 10. So bring it here. Okay. When you have minus 1, what do you have? We have 12. So if this one is 10, 1, 2 is going to be 11. 1, 2, that's going to be 12. So you trace it to this side. So you have 12. Yeah, you have 12. And when you have minus, okay, when you have 0, you still have 12. So 0, you have 12. Don't forget 1, 2, that is 11. 1, 2, that is 12. So you have it this way. And when you have 1, you have minus 10. When you have 1, you have minus 10. Okay. Are you getting it now? Okay. So that is how it goes. When you have 2, what do you have? You have minus 6. So it's going to give you something like cup. When you have 2, you have minus 6. Okay. Don't forget, this is how you get your 6. And when you have, eventually you have 3, you have it on 0. And when you have 4, you have 8. Don't forget this 5, this 10. So that counts 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 8. So you have 8 here. You have your 8. Now we have a practical mathematics now where you have to plot the graph. So it's good you go with your uh, broom if you are going to the exam hall. Take your broom, a stick of broom, okay? Take it like this. So you make it form a cup. And sometimes it may be a U shape. Maybe a U shape. Okay. It's not bad if you call the attention of the supervisor to give you a helping hand because this is a practical question. So take it, okay. So ensure you pick all the points, joining them together. So it's not a crime if you seek assistance of your supervisor in exam hall. So we have this, just a rough sketch of it. Now we've gotten, now on this graph, you now write the name of the graph, y is equal to s squared. It's very necessary you put that minus 12, okay? Now, for the other equation, you are given that y is equal to 2s plus 1. So we got the values as follows, that minus 4 gives you minus 7, plus 4 gives you 9. So once you pick like 4 points of this, you are good to go. So when you have minus 4, let's trace our minus 7. Minus 7, this 5, this 6, this 6.5, and this is going to be 7. So minus 7. And when you have minus 3, you have minus 5. So let it come like this. When you have minus 2, for the purpose of teaching, I will plot all the points. When you have minus 2, you have minus 3. Don't forget, to get your minus 3, you have 1, 2, that is 1, 2, and you leave a line, 3. So you have it this way. And when you have minus 1, you have minus 1. Minus 1 or minus 1. Minus 1 or minus 1. So it's going to fall here. Going to fall here. 0 on 1. 0 on 1. So your 1 is going to be here. You see that it is forming a straight connection, a straight line. You have 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And when I have 2, I have 5. 2 on 5. 2 on 5. I have 3 on 7. So this is going to be 1, 2. To get your 7, you have 6, 7. Okay. And I have my 4 to be on 9. On 9, 4 on 9. Okay, sorry. I think I need to use my cleaner. Okay. When I have my 3, I have my 7. When I have my 4, I have my 9. So 9 is going to be here. Okay. So let's take it. Let's take it. Since we don't have a point on this quadratic graph, we may not. So just let us draw our straight lines. Pick the first. Uh, don't forget, this is how you take it. You have the first point. You have the last point. So draw a straight line. So you are good. So on this graph, write the name of the graph also. 2s plus 1. Okay. Now the next question is that from your graphs, determine the root of the equation s squared minus 1 minus s minus 13. If you look at this, look at this. You have y is equal to s squared plus s minus 12. You have another one, y is equal to 2x plus 1. So if you resolve this, it is equal to y is equal to 2 is equal to s squared minus s minus 13. So that is what you have. That's what you have. Meaning that s squared minus s minus 13 equal to 0. How? Since y is equal to y, we can say s squared plus s minus 12 equals 2s, which is the equation for the second graph, equals 2s plus 1. Let's resolve this. S squared minus 2s. Okay, this one come here, and you have x. You have minus 12 here. And when this one comes here, you have minus 1, all equal to 0. So you have s squared minus s minus 13, all equal to 0. So it means that the point at which this equation and this one intersect. So it's going to be somewhere here. Look at it. Place the camera, please. Somewhere here. Mhm. So they meet at this point. This point. Okay? They meet at this point. So let's trace it. Let's trace it. If this is minus 3, this is going to be uh, minus 3.1. This is going to be minus 3.2. So the root of this graph is minus 3.2. That is where this graph intersects with the other graph. Okay, please show it. Let us see. Okay, so that is the point at which they meet, this point. Now let's go to the next question. The next question is asking us that we get the find the minimum value of y from the quadratic graph. The minimum value of y from the quadratic graph, just draw a tangent. Draw a tangent to your graph. at this point, draw a tangent to your graph. So having drawn the tangent, so at what point do you have the tangent? So you have this minus 10, minus 11, minus 12. So you have it at y is equal to minus 12.5. So graphically, you have it as minus 12.5. So if you look at it, what do we mean by minimum value? The minimum value from the table here is also minus 12. So you see that is very close to each other. Thank you. And now, before you study on your own, quadratic graph is one of the bonuses you can ever have if you know how to do it in your WAHEC or NECO, because it is something that is very straightforward. You will get it if you pay attention to it. No, there is no much formula to memorize. There is no much formula to put in your head. All you just need to do is compute the table, draw your graph, and out of 12 points, I can tell you that you can score nothing less than 10 of 12. Please follow this page and do good to share.